Okay, story time, everyone. Gather around. Once, when I was younger, and in hindsight, not very nice to my friends, I found myself in the company of three guys who, normally, they were pretty cool, but on this occasion, they wanted to play some new NASCAR game that had just come out that I couldn't have cared less about. Now, don't get me wrong, I like racing games. Back in the day, I played a lot of Mario Kart 64, Gran Turismo series, both very different but interesting in their own way. So I'm not opposed to racing game, but NASCAR style is just not for me. I'm sure if you're a fan of NASCAR, it's great, but no, not for me. So I didn't really want to play, but the problem was, this was back when local multiplayer was still a thing, and there was 4 controllers. So, although I'd expressed my disinterest, peer pressure got the better of me, and I soon found myself with a controller in hand, driving fast and turning left a lot, and hating it. So I finally gave up, and decided to protest in a different way. I turned the damn car around and became an obstacle instead of a competitor. Because one of the three of them was always going to win anyway. But this way, everybody was going to have a much more interesting time, right? I was not asked to play NASCAR again, though, so I'm not sure if they agreed with me on that. So, I told you that story because I think it serves as a good example of how I've lived a lot of my life when I become dissatisfied with the situation I'm in. I just find a way to change the rules. That's kind of where I feel like I'm at with this channel. I had all these big plans, but so far I haven't really delivered, and I'm becoming disinterested. Part of the problem is that this is a video game channel, but as you can tell from all the complaining I do, there aren't many games I like anymore. At least not new ones. Or live service games, which are the bread and butter of YouTube gaming, or whatever it's called. But the point isn't to complain. That's not what I'm here for. The strange thing is now I don't even watch YouTube. The whole ad blocker business was too much for me. But I did decide years ago that something like this was going to be a part of my life. And I'm committed to keeping it going in some form. Video games were the obvious focus, since this channel started as a gameplay supplement to a gaming and consumer tech podcast. So in the time in between the podcast and the relaunch of this channel, I'd done a lot of thinking on what exactly I would want to do with it. I had a lot of ideas. In the summer of 2022, when I got mad at the suits behind World of Warcraft, I started to apply some of the ideas that I'd had. A heavily scripted and edited opinion piece with the series title of On Point, that was all already on the agenda. So that's what I did when I made my video about WoW. Now that I think about it, I really would rather have done that. It would have been a lot quicker to get it out too if I had done that in the style of what I'm doing right now, what I did in the last World of Warcraft video, the Let's Talk style. And I still want to do both, but the more topical things will be done in this fashion, with barely related or maybe even totally unrelated video, and a few bullet points that I'm following as a script. And I'll save the more labor-intensive on-point process for topics which, as they say, are more evergreen, withstand the test over time, be worth looking at more than once. I'll make it worth the while to look at it, right? Makes sense. And a couple of those type of on-point videos, which I guess are number 2 and 3, I really counting this as the reboot of the series. Those are on the way right now. And going forward, none of that has to be about video games. I mean, this isn't the channel is called MobSquad, but I'm the last member here, so I might as well just make it about me and whatever the hell's on my mind. Since I'm not here to please Al G O Rhythm or whatever the hell, whoever that is, and I'm not here to chase views, there's really no need to limit myself to any particular topics. So, like I said, this started as a gameplay channel, and I like the idea of keeping that alive. It gives me an excuse to play video games, right? So you'll see some more semi-structured gameplay from the channel like we originally had, kind of like the Oblivion video I did a while back. That didn't do as well as some of the opinion videos, but what the hell, it was fun to do, so I will do more. Speaking of WoW, again, I'm not playing that anymore. I haven't played that since the time of my last video, and I don't intend to. I will just make the comment that I'm happy to see that Bobby is out and Mike Ybarra is gone. See ya, Ybarra. You and your triple Lindy's, whatever I said. And that's actually, I totally forgot. I was thinking about mentioning that. Like, hopefully I remembered it. I'm gonna put the damn thumbnail and description for that last WoW video on screen right now. This is what I'm talking about. I'm turning the car around. I'm gonna have fun with it. I do want to do a few more Oblivion videos like I was talking about. I've been considering, I've got the Elder Scrolls Online Basic Edition. I've been holding off on playing that because I know that would be a time sink. And I don't have a lot of that, but it might be worth it to give it a shot, and if that's at all worthwhile, I don't know, maybe I'll just record myself playing it for the first time around just to see, get some footage, see if it's worth putting it anywhere. But more Grand Theft Auto, more different things, RPGs, maybe a few select first-person shooters, I don't know, MMOs, ARPGs, RTSs, alphabet soup, everywhere. Possibly first impressions, or maybe what I'll call not new reviews. Just dig into a game, one that I haven't played before. I've still got quite a few games in my Steam library that I actually have yet to play. Give me an excuse to do that. Yeah, so I think the point is, hopefully you'll see more videos from me. I'm going to try to do this more regularly, and you'll hear less scripting from me because I'm going to do that less regularly. I did not like the effect, so it's wasted time. We don't need that. So it almost sounds like I'm saying that you can expect a lot more quantity without as much quality, and that's not exactly what I'm getting at, although there will be more pieces like this that take a little less effort to put together, a little less research, a little less whatever. I'm hoping that constant interacting with the channel, the momentum of working towards it, will maybe motivate me to work on the other projects as well, because there's a lot, like I said, and I make no promises, but those are at least some ideas of what you could expect. So other than that, I guess just think of this kind of like a podcast. I do my normal YouTube type stuff, but I've also do a podcast. And hell, we're going to call these Let's Talk videos, just a podcast format type thing. Some unfinished business from last time. Goddamn, I feel like an idiot about the whole ad blocker thing. I swear to God, at some point, I had the ability to turn on or off monetization, but apparently my channel's too small time. I did not get grandfathered into the old rules. Because the channel's been around, and this is another story that, I don't know, been tempted to tell. The channel's been around for a very long time. I set it up in 2014 or somewhere, I don't even know. A really long time ago. should check that actually. Almost coming up on the 10-year anniversary. With content that's 2 years old at most, I think. Anyhow, that's all I got for now. Definitely expect more though. I plan on doing something, at least some piece of recording some audio, recording some video, editing them, whatever it might be, at least once a week. So keep an eye out for more. I don't do corny outros anymore. And that's exactly what I mean. Not chasing views, not here to serve algorithm. Not a proper Irish name. I don't know who he's trying to fool, whoever he is. But his rules don't apply to me. I don't do no corny outro. I don't plug no other crap. I just get ready to hit the button to stop recording and say, alright then.